Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
What broke him down? Was it just a body punch? I was hitting a body punch and I heard him actually he was crying in there. You were saying that Biggs was crying when you hit him? Yes. When did that happen? And perhaps the fourth round on.
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
So that you knew you had him by that time. Absolutely, I knew you were tough and taking those punches.
Productions.
Making women's gestures like, oh.
Let's go, champ.
Welcome back and good morning, TBV. Welcome back to another edition of the Boxing Voice Radio. I am your host, Nestor Gibbs, and I am happy to be back talking some boxing. I'm joined alongside my UK co-host, Akan, King Akan, as you know him in the chat. They feel he brings the pain. Unfortunately, Jack isn't here to defend Anthony Yarde because that's what we're here to discuss. Anthony Yarde believing that he's the A-side to Sergey Kovalev and that this WBO ordered fight between Kovalev must take place in the UK because he, the contender that's never had a championship fight, is the A-side. Now, I believe Mike is in the background trying to get Tunde Ajayi on the show so that he can discuss this because he's one of the main people saying that they are not coming to the United States where Kovalev is known, where Kovalev has done 2 pay-per-views with Andre Ward. I don't know. I mean, this was just supposed to be a synopsis to the show. I need to bring in a con. But you know the number to call in if you want to voice your opinion, 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 time to voice your opinion right here on the Voice of the People hotline. Don't forget, you can add Nestor Gibbs on Skype to be part of the conversation internationally, anywhere in the world. And if you're just joining the live stream, hit that thumbs up button as it helps with the visibility of the show. It lets us know that you enjoy us doing a daily morning show, and maybe, just maybe, if we get to a certain amount of likes, we can do a few more spontaneous topics today. But Akan, good morning, or should I say good afternoon to you in the UK. How are you?
Yeah, good afternoon from the UK. Good morning to all the listeners from the US. Big news coming out of Team Yarde's camp about this fight. They're saying that the A-side, they're saying they want this in the stadium. Rumors are that they won't actually take this fight if it's not in the UK. Frank Warren, Tunde, and Yarde have all made their comments about it. Tunde seems quite. We do have to take Tunde's words quite seriously because he's not just the trainer of Anthony Yarde, but he's also the manager. So he's had a lot to say about this. So yeah, let's get into it, Ness.
For sure, bro. Sorry, was checking out a message, just trying to get see if we could get somebody on the show. But I don't know. Listen, this is more up your alley. Tell me your thoughts. Because for me, I'm an American boxing fan. I know Kovalev a lot more than I know Anthony Yarde. Kovalev's achieved more. Kovalev's done more. Kovalev's been on HBO. I mean, I just don't even know how they're coming to this assessment. So maybe you being from over there can just like help me understand.
Yeah, so yesterday or 2 days ago, they were actually at a charity event, and Tunde Ajayi, the manager and trainer of Anthony Yarde, had actually said that they believe that they're the A-side. Now, what he said, what he means by that is that he essentially believes that because Anthony Yarde, in his opinion, has sold more tickets, has sold out venues. I fought at the Royal Albert Hall compared to some of the venues that Kovalev's recent fights have been in. They believe that they're essentially the A-side, and he believes that this fight should really and truly be in the UK. They're looking at stadiums such as the Emirates, which is home to Arsenal Football Club, and they're looking at maybe possibly the O2 Arena if they can't get the Emirates. The issue is that as a mandatory, should Yard really be putting these kind of conditions in place? Because surely you've got a world title fight. Yard's come out and said, I'm going to knock out Kovalev. So if you're going to knock out Kovalev, you shouldn't be worried about taking that fight stateside. You've been fighting on ESPN Plus, or your fights have been shown on ESPN Plus too, as well. So really and truly, that should suggest that the American crowd, or those that follow ESPN Plus, are somewhat familiar to you if they do watch your fights over there. So I'm not really sure why they're refusing to entertain the idea of going to America to do this fight. Tunde Ajayi has also said that they've seen what's happened to Tyson Fury. They want to have a fair fight. But again, I just think if you have a world title shot and your man's saying he's going to knock out Kovalev, then surely you don't need to worry about the judges. You don't think it's going to go 12. Your guy said he's going to knock him out. So why not just take that fight? World title shots don't come around often. We've seen that with Dillian White, who's still waiting for his. We've seen that with many other divisions, that world title shots, they just don't come around often. So I just don't know whether Yard's team, the way that they're coming across, it seems like they might not take this fight if it takes place in America. It is a mandatory purse bids. There is a date for purse bids too. So surely if they can't come to an agreement, it will go to purse bids. But it does sound like they are considering the option of potentially not taking this fight.
I doubt they want to go to purse bid, especially when Frank Warren and Bob Arum have, negotiations. They're signing each other's fighters. They're working on each other's platforms. Just doesn't make any sense. But what I do see from the true B-side camp, they're trying to maximize. They're trying to raise their profile and their purse by saying, oh, we won't, it must, it should. Then you put that seed, you're planting that seed into main events and Top Rank Mind, and you're saying, you know what, they're already playing hardball. Let's just offer them a little bit more than what we were going to offer them. Let's just sweeten it a little bit more so we don't have to be back and forth in the negotiation room. But I don't think for one moment that Tunde Ajayi and Anthony Yarde are planning on not taking this fight if it does not happen in the UK. I think that would be ridiculous.
No, I do honestly think that they're considering that, Nez. Like, if I watched the Tunde Ajayi, that you didn't really get much from the Yard interview, but it's actually Frank Warren that was actually asked about in an separate interview yesterday. He was asked about Tunde Ajayi's comments that they might not take the fight if it takes place in the US, and Frank Warren came out and said he doesn't want those statements to go around. He doesn't want Tunde to be making those statements until they've actually gone into the purse bids, or they've actually negotiated it further, because he doesn't like those statements to be made by Tunde. But Tunde seems quite...
The issue with that is that Tunde is more than just a trainer. He's the manager.
Exactly.
Can I get my motherfucking theme music, man?
Bro, you late.
Oh wow! My computer crashed and okay, I got you.
Then we see you making all these hand gestures. You're foaming at the mouth, and you didn't even know you was muted.
I knew I was muted the whole time. I was saying drop my fucking beat, but you.
Oh well,
I guess you ain't.
We ain't know what was going on.
But anyway, lions in the camp. You know what I'm saying? We don't get weak, nigga. We get deep. You feel me?
Sound like ducks and sound like ducks.
Hey, you had fucking 10 minutes to talk. Come on, bro. Chill out real quick. Look here.
Miss to the stand over. Turn up. Breadwinner, huh? Look who in the building. Let me check my Instagram. I might be at 1 million. And I'm in.
BoxingVoice.com.
What up, man? Kovalev.
Mike, wake and bake.
Kovalev, man, you got to realize, bro. I mean, compared to the last two fights, man, I don't think I don't think Tunde is off by that much. I mean, I think seeing that Yarde is a Adidas global ambassador, and that they can probably generate more ticket sales and more money over in the UK. Kovalev would be a fool not to have that fight over in the UK. His last fight was down in Corpus Christi, Texas, and it wasn't like a big arena. It was like a little gymnasium, and it wasn't that packed. So at the end of the day, a big fight.
His Yarde pack. Has he ever headlined?
Yeah. He headlined against Travis Reeves and somebody else, I believe. But
He's headlined, but at very
smaller venues
venues,
like the copper.
How many does
Copper Box and
the biggest venue that he headlined was Royal Albert Hall, which was 5,000.
That's nice though. That's nice. That's a little bit more than what Kovalev have. And you know this right here though.
No. Didn't Kovalev headline with Bernard Hopkins in Atlanta?
I'm talking about his last fight. And what he's talking about is the Demi greatest moments of his career.
Wait. So I and I'm not being sarcastic. I just want to know: are you saying you're only gonna judge Kovalev based off his last fights?
No, and I'm glad you brought up the Bernard Hopkins because that shows when he has the right opponent, he can fill out these venues. Just like when he fought Andre Ward at did he fight at Oracle? Did they fight in Vegas? I believe that they fought in Vegas. So it shows when Kovalev has the right opponent, American opponent, you know what I'm saying, he does good numbers like Kovalev, Ward and Bernard Hopkins. When he has a guy like a Little Alvarez or Shabransky, I don't see those same numbers in the crowd. So what I'm saying with a guy like Anthony Yarde, who the British public kind of loves and hates, it might be good to have that fight over in the UK so it can draw more attention to that fight. I feel like if the fight happens in the States, it might get lost somewhere. But in the UK, I think it'd be a big fight.
Explain to me why ESPN, who just invested money into Kovalev, so it's going to want to air Kovalev at prime time for their U.S. viewers who bring them.
Let's think about that.
You cut me off, champ.
I know, but you said prime time though.
Yeah,
you said prime time. A lot of those fights, know what I'm saying? That Hooker fight happened at what time? 12 o'clock. That Jose Ramirez fight happened at what time? It wasn't like at 7 or 8. That shit was like later on nighttime.
About Hooker, who's not on the level of Kovalev. Talk to me about Kovalev last fight with Elderly Alvarez. What time that was on? How about that? Try that one. How about the one when he got knocked out? Try that one.
Let me check.
Stop it. You're reaching. Like Yarde is reaching too.
I don't think I'm reaching, bro.
Dude, pay-per-views, man. Come on, man. Y'all disrespectful. You ain't reaching. You right. You shouldn't think you're reaching because you being disrespectful.
No, I'm not, bro.
Let me finish. He done 2 pay-per-views already, brother. 2. He's a multiple-time champion. Like, he's lost his titles. He's won them back. To say that he's the B-side, there is no argument. That's delusional talk. That's fucking biased talk. It's impossible. Impossible.
So saying Yarde is a bigger draw in the UK.
I'm not done giving his fucking resume so it could sink in your head. I'm not done. I'm not done saying that he was established on HBO, the premium channel for boxing, the home for boxing. Showtime barely does. Look at Gervonta did like 400,000 on HBO. He'd have done $1 million. Stop it, bro. You fucking reaching big time for these dudes. Lions in the camp. Liars are in their camp. Liars are in their camp, letting them believe that they're the A side. Get the fuck out of here, bro. My man was in twice with Andre Ward, bro.
What his last fight do, my nigga?
No, but Mike,
his last fight, he come from behind. People counted him out. He got knocked out. He came from behind and showed that he could change it all around. He outboxed the dude that knocked him out. Like, what are you talking about?
Bro, his last 3 fights ain't been that big, my nigga. Shabransky, Alvarez, and what's the other guy?
Yeah, but Mike, you can't say that. Mike, you can't say that because look at Yarde's last 5 fights. Look at his last 8 fights.
Look on this dude's wilding. He's got the nerve to say Shabransky when that's bigger than any fucking thing on Yarde's resume.
But it wasn't big by viewership. That's my whole point.
His resume is trash.
You're bringing up resume. I'm bringing up viewership. I'm bringing up the fucking fact that the fight will be bigger in the UK. I agree, Kovalev is the A side, but he's not going to get the same amount of viewership or I believe ticket sales in the US. Sorry.
Yeah, but Mike, he's the champion.
That don't matter no more to these guys.
Mike, he's the champion. Like, are we forgetting that Kovalev is the reigning champion? You're trying to strip the belt from him. Kovalev doesn't want anything from.
But you guys act like champions. You guys act like champions are always the biggest draw.
I'm not saying they're always the biggest draw, Mike, but I'm saying that Team Yard want a belt. They want that belt. They've been mandated to fight the champion. The champion has to be respected. Like, we can't just act
I'm
like
not
Yard
saying
is
he's
this.
disrespected, bro. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying, in my opinion, Yard would be a bigger draw in the UK, and Kovalev, that fight would be bigger in the UK than the US. That's just my opinion.
Tunde, his Team Yard saying they want that in a stadium fight. The stadium that they're talking about is 60,000 capacity. There is no way in hell Yard is selling 60,000, even if they gave 30,000 away for free.
Let me ask you a question. Tunde brought up a great point, and you was one of the guys who kind of lowballed it. You thought Earl Spence and Mikey was do about 25,000, right?
Yo, who the fuck said that, bro? Show me
Bro,
what
you said 25,000, man, on fucking on this right here, because we all asked, like, hey man, how many things you do? So you said about 25, 30.
No, I heard you both say between 25 to 30.
I said between 30 and 40, bro.
Attendance,
yeah.
30 and 40.
You talking attendance?
Yeah, attendance.
Oh, yeah. I said like 28 to 30.
Yeah, but it did 47. So who knows until the fight actually happens that how much it could possibly do. I just, in my opinion, the fight will be bigger in the UK and probably can do more attendance than it will in the US. That's just my humble opinion. I could be wrong. I could be right.
So again, you're still not establishing anything. So you're saying attendance. How is that making the fight bigger? Because we've established in every Wilder argument that having the AJ Wilder fight in a stadium in the UK doesn't make it bigger. Making it bigger is in the US. Like, we've established that. So now all of a sudden,
I agree, but I don't think Kovalev and Wilder are on the same
you're
same
right.
level when it comes to
Kovalev has done more pay-per-views.
So you said Kovalev is bigger.
Right. Kovalev has faced a fucking pound for pounder.
He's not bigger in the States than Wilder, though, Ness. I'm sorry. You can say what you want to say. He fought forward. He fought this and that. He's not a bigger draw in the States than Wilder, period.
Mike, we had this debate yesterday in the production chat, but are you telling me that Kovalev wouldn't have or doesn't have fans in America that come out to his fight? So he hasn't got a fan base, regardless of how big
he's basically
or small. Are you saying that Kovalev has no fan base?
Yeah.
Because if Kovalev has no fan
base,
that's the only way that it can be bigger in the UK, in my opinion. If Kovalev has no fan base and you're relying on Yard to sell this fight, that's the only way it can be bigger in the UK, because money-wise, it's not making more money in the UK than it is in America, in my opinion. It's going to do roughly this.
The man is being paid by the Yard camp. This fight makes sense in New York City, so that the Russian contingency could come out to support Kovalev and the UK fans could fly in easily. He is the champion. He's been on pay-per-view. It's ridiculous. This guy hasn't even made one valid point outside of maybe because Earl Spence did better than my prediction, maybe this fight will do better in the UK. That's his argument. Like, we need to just move on. He's bugging today. He ain't smoke or drink coffee. I don't know what he hasn't done. Must be water.
But yeah, man, I can see where you guys are coming from, like me being blinded. But again, I just think right now the level of stardom, I just feel like maybe Yard is a little bit bigger in his home country than Kovalev is in a country that's not here. So we'll see. I just think that Tunde has some good points in that argument, and this fight could possibly be at the
what point did he make?
That people didn't think that Mikey and Earl would do the numbers that they did. So he's betting on Yard pulling in those same kind of numbers against a good, credible opponent.
Check it out. He can't use that as his analogy. You want to know why? Because the fight is in the champion's hometown.
Yes.
So I don't know what's wrong with your mans in them. Check them.
Mike, will you say this though?
What was his next point?
He also compared it to Tyson Fury, saying that Tyson Fury didn't get a fair shake in America by going the 12 round by the judges, so they believe that they won't get a fair shake in America either.
Okay, valid point, but then we can go tit for tat, right? Every time an American got jobbed, first one comes to mind, Malik Scott, Derek Chisora, fake 9 count. You know what I'm saying? Like, we could go tit for tat. That's just whack talk, you know? This is what I said. This is all stalling tactics. This is negotiation tactics. Get a little more change.
Yeah, I didn't like the thing about the judges because when you worry about judges, you're not worried about winning. You know what I'm saying?
It's contradiction anyway. My man said he getting a knockout. What you talking about judges for?
Exactly.
Judges can't rob you of a knockout. What's his next point?
He also said that Floyd Mayweather never fought outside of the US, and that when he met Floyd Mayweather, he made it very clear fighters are coming to him, he's not going to fighters. So that's why he believes that Yarde shouldn't fight outside of the US, and that they don't believe that Yarde's first major fight shouldn't be on home soil.
I wish I was a historian to know whether or not where the hell Chicanito Hernandez trained at, where he was stationed. I couldn't tell you. I don't know if he flew in from Mexico or another country. I wasn't, I was probably playing with Legos back then. So I wouldn't be able to debunk that without research of Google. But any other points he made? Because he is hilarious right now comparing Anthony Yarde with 19 fights to a silver medalist who was robbed of his gold. But anyway, next point. All I'm saying is mega delusional points, like ridiculous shit. He's calling Yarde Earl when Earl has a title and fought in his home country and state. He's comparing Yarde to Mayweather. I mean, any other delusions he's got? I thought you was gonna get him on the show.
I was trying, but he had a meeting at 2:00. He said possibly he could come on after the meeting. I think about 30 to 45-minute meeting. So we'll see. I'm trying.
It would be good to put some pressure on him and try to understand what it is that he is thinking. How is he assessing all this? Any other points he made before we go to these callers?
No, sir. We can go and get to the callers, man. See what the callers feel like, what they're thinking about.
All right.
Yeah, let's go.
Remember to rate us 5 stars on iTunes.
These calls are brought to you by El Camino Electrical Services, experts in electric vehicle charging stations. For consultations and turnkey installation, visit us at elcaminoelectricalservices.com.
I got a weird feeling that I'm going to be defending myself all morning.
Troy, Baltimore, good morning, my friend.
Let's go!
Good morning. Pick me up first today, huh? This is just a role reversal of what you always talk about. It's just boils down to who has the money and who has the following. This whole week has been about the same thing. It's just that the players are different now. Kovalev has the belt. He doesn't have the following. Yarde has the following over there. So, of course, there's going to be a bigger audience over there. And Kovalev has never sold anything without someone else, meaning that he's not a big enough draw where he could turn any fight into a big fight. He needs the Wards. He needs the Hopkins. Yarde, on the other hand, he's over there in the UK, and they love their fighters. He's an up-and-coming fighter. He has the power. Of course he's going to sell more over there, so it makes more financial sense to go over there. I don't see what all the yelling and carrying on is for.
My man. Thank you for the call, dog. And that goes against the show, man. Even though he haven't fought the level of opponents or fought the guys that people deem to be big threats, he still got a buzz over in the UK. People are still checking for him. People are still going to his fights. People are still online hating about who he's fighting, who he's not fighting. So, like Floyd Mayweather always said, good press, bad press, love, hate, it don't matter as long as they keep talking about you. And like he said, Kovalev out seems to like he needs the right opponent, and I feel like Yarde over in the UK is the right opponent at this point in time.
All right, let's go to D on Skype.
Yo, what's good? Look, man, I just need to make something real clear right now. I'm from the UK, yeah, and there is no way in hell Anthony Yarde has a major following over here. He barely sells out copper box and little small halls. Most of the people out here are disgusted with what Tunde is saying. And
Can I ask you a question?
Anthony Yarde talking rubbish. So go ahead.
Let me ask you a question. The reason that he's not selling out these bigger venues is maybe because the level of opponent. You guys don't think he's gonna be challenged, right?
because he ain't fought nobody for.
Okay. Now, what if he fights Kovalev? What if he fights Kovalev over in the UK? Is that a bigger fight? Is that a 50-50 fight that the British fans want to go see?
No, British fans are not going to fill up no football stadium for Kovalev. Like he's talking nonsense. He's making us all look bad, talking about comparing himself to Frotch Groves and Mikey Garcia and Spence and all of that. It's garbage, man. You guys have got that UK host, a card on there. He should be able to confirm. It's ridiculous.
No. You're not lying. I've said it before, but I've been called a hater, a Yarde hater, and whatnot. I believe that him being on BT Sport hasn't helped him. I think if he was on Sky, he would have a bit more exposure. But I think if you look at the venues he's fought in, even like the Brentwood Centre, 2,000 capacity, and that didn't sell out. He doesn't actually sell out venues. So I've never stood with this whole he's selling out the O2, he's going to be able to do it at the Emirates, Arsenal's home ground, because I don't think he has that following.
I'm real happy that you're on the show there, Colin, because you represent right, man. So keep doing what you're doing. Like the US fans need to know that we are not big supporters of Anthony Yarde. No one's impressed with what Tunde is talking about. Please don't look at it as a representation of us. I don't even call him much often. I like listening, but I had to call in this, man. This is madness, bro. It's just ridiculous. He's no AJ out here. He's no Dillian White. He's laughable. Even like people like Lawrence Okoli, you got to respect him because at least he's took on credible opponents.
Cut it. I wanted to keep you going, son, but I gave you hella time. Thanks for calling in. Got to get out to my Boomerangers, Masterminds, pound for pound supporters. We're going to jump out too.
You guys will appreciate Yarde when it's motherfucking convenient for y'all. I tell you, you guys going to appreciate him.
Yeah, well, they're going to appreciate him more when he comes to foreign soil, the way we appreciated Timothy Bradley when he went to foreign soil and lifted the belt from Junior Witter way back then. Let him come to foreign soil. He got ordered. Let him lift the belt if he's so good. What's all this A-side, B-side talk as a fucking contender with no resume? You tried to bring up Shabaransky, and that dude is fucking better than everyone on his resume and will beat everyone on Yarde's resume.
Does he beat Yarde?
Wouldn't matter. It wouldn't matter. We don't know. He ain't never fought that level.
Man, we got called the big dog. Go ahead.
He ain't never fought that level. How do we know? Shabaransky been in there with a lot of good people. Sullivan Barrera is one. He ain't fought nobody on that level. I don't know why you talking this way. You bugging. But whatever.
Alabama. I want Joshua. Joshua, come and see me, baby. If he doesn't hide it, no more ducking, no more dodging, no more excuses.
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
Don't run, Mike.
Woo, Mike, get your ass back over here. You gotta get this ass whooping you just did. You did some bullshit today, Mike. Man, y'all ever seen Shark Tank? This is how I'm gonna do this for you. That's like going in the Shark Tank and telling them, hey man, I need $5 million. I need y'all to invest $5 million. They be like, what you done did? Well, I sold about 5 of these. I sold about 5 of them. And I think this is a good idea. I think everybody gonna get onto it when we do it right. Bro, you gotta have some type of motherfucking bargaining. He ain't got what bargaining chips do he have? He has 0 bargaining chips. It's not like, nigga, what have you sold out? Shit, I sold out about 100, 200, 300 people. Like, I need some bargaining chips, man. You ain't got shit to bargain with, and you want to be an A-side. You want to come where you want it. Like, damn, that's crazy. That's really crazy that you think that he deserves to be called the A-side and deserve to have basically the red carpet rolled out for him. And he ain't did shit. He has not done shit in his whole career. He is beating bums. He has done nothing. Like I know you love the nigga. You love him, but he ain't done nothing. It's literally nothing it's nothing that you can say about Yarde to tell me he deserved to be an A-side against basically anybody in the top 10 of that division, to be honest. It's nothing you can tell me. Against Elena Alvarez, he shouldn't be an A-side. Against anybody in the top 10, he shouldn't be an A-side. Because he ain't done shit. But where's Reeves at? Where's Reeves even ranked? Where he at? Like fucking 60 or some shit like that? I don't even know how he in the top 10. I don't even know how Yarde in the top 10, to be honest with you. But it's cool. But I'm just saying, bro, he is crazy. Tunde crazy. Y'all, you just heard the last caller. He from
nigga, you crazy.
That nigga's bugging. Yeah, I know. But you really crazy if you think that nigga deserves to be an A-side that should be in England. You really Where's gonna
Who
say
said anything about being the A side? I'm just saying the fight is bigger in England. I ain't never said Yarde was the clear A side to fucking Kovalev.
country that's saying he the A side? If you
No.
go,
Sometimes the revenue just makes more sense over somewhere else.
it ain't gonna be no damn revenue for him. What are you talking about? What revenue, Mike? What revenue has he ever brought in? Tell me what revenue he ever brought in.
We all know, man, matchups, man. It's all about the matchups.
But Mike, in the UK, it's a little bit different. What I mean by that is, in terms. Oh, wait, you still on the phone? My bad. Go ahead.
Let's be real, Mike. Don't lie. You don't have to lie for your nigga. Like, just be honest and be like, my dude gonna win, and then he can become the A side.
Bro, he's gonna win. I've never said he was the A side. Only thing I've ever said, the fight will probably be bigger in the UK. That's it, Javier.
Mike, if I go to your country and fight you, I'm saying you the A side. What are you talking about? That's literally
no. Sometimes you're saying that, hey, the money's over there. That's it.
All right, bro. All right, cool. Hey, that nigga Mike crazy. You nigga need a nap or something. I don't know what's going on today. You need a nap. Nigga need a bib. Oh, what that nigga? Nigga ain't smoking something. You good, man?
I so disrespectful towards Mike, man, this morning. If y'all don't agree with me, man, y'all don't agree with me. That's it.
Yeah, Mike. Welcome to my world, champ. Welcome to my world. Let's see who's next.
Sometimes you got to be deemed crazy until people actually see your vision. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people called Ness crazy back in the day when he left his job and fucking started this fucking boxing shit. But look at him now. You got to go through little shit like this right here sometimes to get to that motherfucking level of superstardom. And I just think Yarde is that guy, and Kovalev is going to see it, and all you guys is going to see it too. I think Frank Warren actually may be more interested in bringing this fight over to the UK, because I don't know how Frank Warren actually feels about Yarde, but I think that's his like golden goose, and like not that's not his golden
goose.
In the sense of everybody can see it right now, but on down the road, I think Yarde's gonna be that guy, in my opinion.
Let me get to callers. I got Farcrit, whatever your name is there, sir.
What's going on, Mr. Elf?
Gotta unmute yourself. Farcrit. Excuse me. No, just listening. Starts with live in colon FARQU. No, sir. All right, moving on. We going to C-Man. Oh, there we go.
All right.
What up, brother? Where you calling in from?
Calling from the UK. I was just thinking, right?
What's your
name?
You're
on about this. My name's Farquhar.
Farquhar. All right.
Yeah. You were on about this fight being in America and blah, blah. This fight should be in the middle of the ocean, and both of them can be the seaside, because nobody cares about this fight.
I hear you, man. The only guy.
I think you are absolutely wrong about nobody caring about this fight, but hey, everybody's entitled to their opinion.
That's me. I'm done. I have nothing more to say. It's just a rubbish fight.
All right. We're going to go to an off-topic call. Mr. IOTBA in Texas, what's up?
Man, y'all know how I do. It's your boy, Mr. 214. I'm on that bullshit again. What's popping, everybody on the boxing voice? What's good, man?
What's good? So the reason I'm bringing him on, Mike, let me just let them know. I'm bringing him on because I got a IG message where he tagged me on his story saying, how do I feel that I said Earl would do 50,000 pay-per-view buys? I said, bro, you should not be repeating that. I never said no shit like that. If anything, I repeated that Terrence Crawford has done 50,000 pay-per-view buys. So he's allegedly on to prove me wrong. I don't know where I said that, but go ahead, Champ.
Before you say anything, Mr. 214.
I asked for audio or video.
Yeah.
Big ups to motherfucking Texas, man, this past weekend, bro. Y'all showed a lot of love, man. We appreciate y'all for that.
No doubt. Shout out to the boxing voice. I listen to y'all all the time. But next, why you lying to the public, bro? You and Kenny Porter did an interview, fam, and I got the audio, and I will put it up later. Kenny Porter said 75,000, and you said you don't think it's gonna do over 50. You think it could do 50,000. $50,000 with Earl name and Mikey Garcia, bro. I got the audio.
Man, I gotta see that shit. I swear to God, I don't remember that shit.
And look. And then when you was down here in Texas, like 2 or 3 training camps ago, when you was at Earl Spence training camp, you was big up in Keith Thurman. You was big up in Sean Porter, talking about Earl ain't did this and he ain't did that. Now Earl is the creme de la creme. And now everybody who was out there
but you acting like you just said it. Hold up. You just said 3 training camps ago, though. That's 3 fights ago. So you telling me Earl was creme de la creme 3 fights ago?
Bro, it won't happen. That wasn't even the point what I was talking about. I'm just saying what you were saying. You were trying to push the Keith Thurman and Sean Porter agenda, and you were sitting on Earl.
Well, back then, 3 fights ago, that was the agenda. You from Texas. You just from Texas, so you pushing the Earl agenda.
Dude, cut the shit out. Don't say just because I'm from Texas. I'm telling you what you said.
Okay, so then why am I pushing for 2 guys who got 2 belts to unify? That's what I was doing 3 fights ago.
Excuse none of that. You know darn well that them guys was open to fight Earl Spence, and you was talking about Earl Spence was a nobody.
First of all, I remember clearly in his gym you asking me why those guys don't want to fight him, and when I'm asking Earl, you saying they don't want to fight him. You pro Earl. So now here's the question to you and to Earl: if everybody fucking ducking him, why they ain't offer everybody a pay-per-view? Why only Mikey Garcia, who's a 135-pounder, gets a pay-per-view? Why they ain't offer Sean Porter? Hold on. Why they ain't offer Sean Porter to do a pay-per-view? Or Keith Thurman before he got injured to do a pay-per-view? Huh?
Who is, bro, because who, bro, be honest, fam. Don't go.
Who the fuck want to see Sean Porter on pay-per-view?
You heard what Earl said. He said Sean Porter can't even sell out a family dinner.
All right. So
hold up, man.
No, you're right. You're right. He did say that.
Let the caller talk, man. Let my man get his points off.
Let me finish my point, fam. Let me get off my point, fam. Like I said, Earl said that Sean Porter couldn't sell a family dinner. Don't sit up here and tell me why Sean Porter and Keith Thurman ain't at the top. You know why.
Let me ask you something. Let me ask you if Sean Porter. No, because you repeating Earl. You repeating Earl.
You ain't gonna let me.
Listen. You repeating Earl. Now you tell me what the fuck Sean Porter versus Adrian.
Let me get my shit off,
I can't let you get it off when you just gonna repeat Earl like a robot. Once you tell me what the ticket sales of Adrian Broner.
He using that as a point, Ness. Let him get his little point off.
But it's a lie.
Let me get my shit off, Ness.
If it's a lie, you got plenty of time to rebuttal. You got a whole show.
No. What's a lie is how you messaged me and said that I was doing bad journalism, saying that you didn't say that when I got the audio that I will put up later that you did say that. Now, this is my thing right here. The reason why Sean Porter and Keith Thurman are not on pay-per-view, because back then, when everybody was saying the best fight, the best, Sean Porter and Danny Garcia was saying the same old thing. They wasn't putting themselves in position, and it finally caught up with the public, and the public got sick of that shit. Now look at them welterweights now. Look at Keith Thurman.
Now can I rebuttal?
Look at Sean Porter.
Can I rebuttal?
Can I rebuttal?
Because you sound like a sheep. That's why I comb the word. I got to make my shirts right. You repeating what Earl said. Oh, he can't sell out a dinner. So then why the fuck he did over 8,000 ticket sales versus Broner in Las Vegas? In Las Vegas. This is what I'm saying. Don't just repeat shit. Sean Porter and Keith Thurman happened because when Sean Porter and Keith Thurman happened, they was hotter than Earl Spence. It's Earl time now. And yes, brother, yes, listen to me. Yes, you from over there and you seen it 3 training camps ago. So look, credit to you. That don't mean nothing. Niggas still got to prove it. We over here arguing right now that Anthony Yarde got to come to the U.S. and fight Kovalev and not get the fight in his hometown just because he think he's somebody. You got to prove you somebody. So, yeah, you seen it. But at the time that you seen Earl was somebody, Keith and Sean was the man in the division.
But you act like Keith and Sean, like those matchups are going to produce good ticket buys. Like Keith and Sean and Sean and Adrian Broner.
Just like motherfucking Earl and Mikey. What the hell are you talking about?
Yes, but Earl fought Ocampo, nigga. Ocampo and did 14,000.
Okay.
What you talking about?
Okay. That wasn't three.
Look,
That was three.
John Porter just fought Ugas, nigga, a fucking mandatory. He ain't do nowhere near that.
Hold up, and then he say I'm feeding off Earl words. No, I'm not. I just said what Earl said, then brung in my own logic of Sean Porter and Keith Thurman. That's the reason why they at where they at now. Respectfully, Keith Thurman was out with an injury, and a lot of people who got on Keith Thurman for saying, "Oh, Keith Thurman, he's faking the injury." I ask all you motherfuckers, are y'all doctors? Did y'all go to the 8 to 12 years of doctors where y'all could examine a person? This one thing I don't knock on Keith Thurman right here. If a person is injured, Keith Thurman done made it to a plateau where Keith Thurman make millions of dollars for each fight. Why is this dude not going to come back absolutely 100% ready before he step back into the fight? I thought it was absolutely absurd how all the fans out here were talking about, oh, Keith Thurman faking the injury. Have you dudes been throwing punches over 20 years? Stop playing with me. My thing is this right here. When Keith Thurman was healthy, when Sean Porter, they didn't want no smoke with Earl. And Sean Porter was the fighter who had all the opportunity to fight Earl when there was no scheduled fight open for them. Since they didn't do that, the public, it went in the back.
Are you going to tell me that it wasn't easier for Mikey to make his decision knowing that the fight would be on pay-per-view, champ? Come on. Come on. Like, why are you doing
hold
this?
Hold up, bro. Stop talking about this. But Nis, don't you do that now. Because when this fight was announced, you shitted on this fight.
Hell
you said this fight be lucky to do over 50,000.
I shitted on it because it's I shitted on it the same reason I shitted on Gennady Golovkin and fucking Kell Brook, Canelo and Khan, and you ain't shit on it. Why? Because you love Earl. This was a handicap match, and he proved it. No. Did he prove it or did he not prove it?
No, don't do that.
He ain't prove it? He ain't prove it?
Bro.
He ain't prove it was handicap?
It was a... No. Okay, let me answer the question, fam. It was a one-sided massacre.
Thank you.
But don't sit up here and say I was excited. Look, I was excited about anybody getting in the ring with him because nobody didn't want no smoke with him.
Well,
and I don't want y'all to sit up
I'm
here
not
and talk
excited.
about,
I'm not excited about him getting in the ring with a midget. That's a lightweight. Just like if you say you got audio, then you got audio of me shitting on the Gennady Golovkin Triple G fight, and you got audio of me shitting on Canelo versus Khan fight. And any fake ass I'm moving up there to be great fight because it never works. Show me when it works. 20, 30 years ago? 20, 30 years ago?
How it didn't work when they just did almost 50,000. You was there. I seen your eyes how you was looking in the maze. You was like, damn.
But you talking ticket sales. You talking ticket sales. It didn't work for Mikey. They were selling us a lie, and I said it was a lie from day one. What you talking about? Now you want to talk about the outcome. You want to talk about the outcome.
No, bro. Hold up. Stop talking about the lie, fam. I didn't care what Mikey Garcia said.
So if it wasn't a lie,
let me talk, bro.
Go ahead. I apologize.
Bro, I don't care about what Mikey Garcia said, fam. I knew that Earl Spence was going to put on a one-sided show. But can I get mad at Mikey Garcia because he was the only one who had some kahunas to step up and fight Earl?
And that's what I'm saying.
Hold up. Don't sit up there and shit on Mikey Garcia if you ain't shitting on them other welterweights who railroaded Earl for 3 or 4 years. Stop playing with me, man.
Okay, so is it my turn?
Sit up here and lie and say you didn't say that it wasn't going to do over 50,000, bro. Stop. And don't ever in your life send me a message talking about I'm a bad journalism, like I'm going to just make up something you said, bro. I don't do that.
You still ain't show me the audio. When you show me the audio, I will apologize. Simple as that. If you say it's my interview, why you ain't just click me the link? But outside of that, you said it's my interview. You said I done the interview with Ken Porter.
Look, everybody's entitled to their own opinion, right? And you had your own opinions. Did I absolutely disagree with you with it? Absolutely, yes. But I wanted it to come to fruition first before I said anything, because you said what you said. You said it was gonna do. It'll be lucky to do over 50,000. So okay, we have to sit back, wait till the fight to come. Now it did over 400,000. And like you said on your show yesterday, you said success,
brother. All I can tell you is there's numerous videos.
Man. Shout out to the Boxing Voice. Hey, I gotta go, man. Shout out to the Boxing Voice. Shout out to Nick. Shout out to the other homies.
All right. All I can say is there's numerous videos of us making pay-per-view predictions on that, and on this show, I've never predicted 50,000. Never. And finally, with that point, anybody offered a pay-per-view is gonna take the fight versus Earl, bro. Anybody offered a pay-per-view is gonna take the fight versus Earl. It's ludicrous not to think that. It's ridiculous for someone to say anything otherwise. Like, it's my interview with Ken Porter on the roof of Dream Top is that specifically. It's like, yo, they talking about this being pay-per-view instead of that being pay-per-view. I don't get it. Sean has been in the division. He's done his thing. He's faced numerous people. If they want him to fight Earl and nobody can fight Earl, why they can't talk about that being pay-per-view? Now, I'm not saying that that's going to do better than Mikey. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is a fighter will be quicker to take a fight on pay-per-view.
Pay-per-view is more enticing to fighters. Absolutely.
It's the big deal.
It's a big deal. Yeah.
Like,
it's the back end money. You seen Earl last night tweet out, "Hey man, I'm waiting on my back end money." You know what I'm saying? So I feel what you're saying, bro. But I
hear someone saying it wasn't a pay-per-view until Mikey accepted it. You could be absolutely right, because you're thinking about it from the economical standpoint, from like a promoter. Like, what's the best pay-per-view? Is Sean Porter better pay-per-view than a Mikey? No. But would Sean Porter take the fight on pay-per-view? Yes. And they're going to want it on pay-per-view now that he done pay-per-view. And it's a success. They're going to want it.
That's what I'm thinking too. Like Earl Spence next fight, just to gauge what kind of popularity he has, would probably be on pay-per-view.
They need to.
I kind of alluded to that in terms of the venue and the occasion, because the occasion was what it was, and the success of it for Earl Spence. You can't just go back to a small, like, he's a big name now, in my opinion. He's announced himself. I'm not saying he hadn't announced himself before, but with that kind of performance, in my opinion, he's announced himself. So it's kind of upwards for him now, and I'm guessing that means he'll be in big fights, or he should be in big fights.
So I just timed someone out, right? Because they like, Ness is clueless on pay-per-view. So just like, boom, shut up, right? I got an interview I just published with Eddie where we're specifically talking pay-per-views and why fights fall on pay-per-view. And now this only reinforces my point that any welterweight would take the fight with Earl on pay-per-view. Why is it on pay-per-view? Well, we know that the rumor is, and I won't even say, what was the rumor purse for Mikey Garcia that you guys heard? Anything you read, might have heard?
10 mil.
Okay.
I think it was 2 million each. I seen somebody say 2 million each.
You guys are on two different sides, but I'm gonna go with Akan because I heard what Akan heard from Mikey. For Mikey, I heard 10.
I heard 10. Yeah.
For Mikey, I heard 10. When I interviewed Eddie, he was gonna give 8 to each man. Eddie on my interview predicted, he said this fight would get about 400 pay-per-view buys. Why risk it? I would just pay them both 8, what it would do on pay-per-view. So I said, that's going to raise their purse. Then the rumor was Mikey got 10. So if Mikey getting 10, right? And I seen another guy, I won't say the name because I talked to Mike and them, and we just couldn't understand where he got this number from. But there are people out here reporting that Earl also made 20 million. So let's just go with the hypotheticals. We're gonna say that those both are rumored purses, and we're gonna hypothetically assume that that's $30 million. That's why the fight's on pay-per-view. It's a lot easier to give those type of purses on pay-per-views because last we heard, didn't Showtime have a budget of 60 million, Mike, for the year?
Yes, Fox got 60 and Showtime got 60, 120. I'll hammer all together.
What business sense would it make to give 30 million of your 60 for one fight? You wouldn't do that. That's why it's on pay-per-view. So for the dummy that said I don't know nothing about it, that's why I'm saying any welterweight would have took the fight. The problem is not any welterweight was going to have that success. They needed the Mexican, just like Floyd always used the Mexican. Like it's not like I don't know why people acting like this is like something new. You know, Oscar did the same thing. Oscar sold out versus Stevie Forbes. You know, like, I don't get it, bro. All right.
Now, speaking quickly before you go to the next call, this Yarde Kovalev fight, do you guys expect it to be pay-per-view?
I doubt it. This guy is with ESPN, bro. This is going to be on Plus or something. Yarde is no one over here yet. We know
that's what I'm trying to say. If they can convince,
of course.
Yeah, if they can convince Kovalev to come over to the UK, I think that would take a similar approach to. I remember when Anthony Joshua was doing fighting Charles Martin, and they had to pay Charles Martin a ridiculous amount for Charles Martin to come over to the UK. And they did, I believe that they did that on pay-per-view. I think it done about 400,000 buys UK-wise.
The Anthony Yarde and the Anthony Joshua business models are two different.
Yeah, they're completely different.
And
they are completely
different machines behind them. Sky was pumping hella dough behind Joshua. That's not happening with Yarde. BT's not putting super marketing dollars into Anthony Yarde. It's just not happening. Listen, I get it, man. Mike likes these guys, and that's why we're talking about it longer than we should. We should just keep going back.
I mean, I see Yarde do it. Never mind. I don't want to go down that road, but yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah, we got hella calls. Fuck it, man. I mean, because we're not gonna agree. We're not.
I mean, we're not going to agree, but I think time will tell. I mean, if I'm wrong, then I'll come back on here and say I'm wrong. But if you guys are wrong, and when you are, I mean, I would expect the same thing.
Bro, I want to see that audio. I want to see in what context I said that 50,000, bro.
You probably said it like a couple of years back, or last year, 2 years ago.
Sheesh.
When was this fight like first talked about? Early last year?
Last year. Before the Danny Shawn fight. Because on the Danny Shawn fight, that's when I talked to Espinoza. Like the press conference, I talked to Espinoza, reporter, all of them about it. Like, yo, this is being rumored. You think it's going to happen? You know.
I remember you talked to Espinoza on the rooftop, right, about it?
Yeah. All right, so let me get out to Boomerang in New Orleans.
Ladies and gentlemen, 90 seconds. I'd like to introduce to you a young fella, and he comes from the Magnolia.
What's happening? What's happening?
What's happening, bro? That's what I understand, Mike. You know what I mean? Now, before Spence fought this
60 seconds.
Before Mikey, dog, everybody was saying the man was like the little tail welterweight for like stature, like, you know what I'm saying? Like he ain't on my radar and all this shit. They fight each other. They ain't got no problem fighting each other. Keith Thurman, Sean Paul, Danny Garcia, all of them felt like they were bigger names. But to fight this guy, it got to be on pay-per-view. But we can fight each other. We the bigger names in the division. But to fight that dude, you got to get me pay-per-view of $5, $6, $7 million to fight him. When I fought this dude, it was $2, $3 million. Like, man, I don't understand how you get back some shit like that, man.
I'm gonna tell you, it ain't.
I'm gonna tell you how, because
after Earl Spence,
10 seconds.
Yeah, Mike, you first. I'm sorry.
After Earl Spence success over the weekend, it ain't gonna get no better.
No, I'm talking about before that, Mike. Before all that.
I'm telling you, yeah. I totally get where you're coming from. I'm saying after he had that success over the weekend.
Before this fight. You did? Why fight this man if it's not over there? But Sean go fight Keith Thurman.
Come on, bro. Why you acting like you a casual right now? Why you wasting your call anyway? You gotta cut it. Cut it. You a casual.
I see what he's saying on this.
Casual because you acting like you don't know what risk versus reward is. Like that's not used in this sport. Earl at the time wasn't worth the dough. The risk didn't. It wasn't there. Like why take the risk when it ain't there? It wasn't there.
But he had a title though. Like
he had to do what he had. Oh, he had a title. Just like Crawford got a title, and they staying over there, right? They stay
on PBC on this.
But they choosing to stay, brother. They choosing to stay. Come on, man. Come on. You heard what Eddie said. Joshua ain't got no contract that ties him to a network, and neither does Wilder. Dudes that know the big fights is out there know that they gonna take them. It's as simple as that, man. But I get what No's saying, but that's just how the landscape of boxing is, bro. It's like Earl was the threat, and Mayweather gave him the cachet. So he got that public notoriety. So it's like, yo, if that's the fight people demanding, it's just like Javon to Lomachenko. That ain't never, what you think, that's going to be regular Showtime?
But Ness, though, man, you bringing up super fights that are on two different playing fields, though.
Oh, so Earl versus Thurman super fight?
What I'm saying is Lomachenko is on top rank, and Gervonta with
yeah, I'm just looking at nemesis, Mike. Think about it that way. Think about it that way. Nemesis. The fans deem that fight as nemesis. Go ahead. Think about it.
The way NO proposed the argument, though, was these guys are on the same side, same network, and they're willing to fight each other.
Who was Earl's natural nemesis?
Natural nemesis coming out. I mean, it's always been Crawford. Always.
No, you crazy. It was Thurman.
But people always thought Earl and Crawford is the super fight at welterweight. Ever since I've been watching boxing, bro.
Bro, well, then you obviously ain't been watching long enough.
True.
Crawford wasn't a welterweight. Earl had just got his title. Or even before he got his title. I remember we interviewed Earl after the Keith Thurman fight in Las Vegas, and Earl was like, I'll beat him. When he beat Earl, he's like, I'll beat him right now. And we like, right now? He's like, right now I'll beat him. And then, it was always, Keith was always like, he ain't got no title. He ain't got no title. He ain't done nothing. Then I did an interview with Keith in Las Vegas. He's like, man, I don't care what Earl did in the doghouse. I beat everybody up in the doghouse. Bro, he had to build his name. That was the natural nemesis. People said Keith was ducking Earl. That's the whole thing. Oh, he got an injury to duck Earl. Like, but whatever though. It's all gonna happen. And yes, that was his natural nemesis. Bud is being placed there because Keith is on his injury reserve list, and now he's looking vulnerable to people. But when Keith had fucking unified the division, wasn't nobody talking about no Bud versus Earl. Tell me that when. Tell me the day after his fight, or the week after his fight, or the month after his fight versus Sean, when people were saying Bud versus Earl.
I'm not saying people. I'm just saying, like, from my point of view,
you got the opportunity once Keith got injured and got out the game, son.
I made a list when I was like super casual, and I just should notice like, hey, those two guys look like they the top in the sport. You know what I'm saying? So I want to see them guys fight. And this was back when I was fucking super duper casual. Like, I didn't know shit about boxing.
Well, we building up to it because now it's Bud's opportunity to do a pay-per-view again. And if he could get the decent numbers, maybe they start thinking about it. Let's get to these callers. We're going to Kevin. Talk to me.
What's going on, Kev?
Stick to the script, Kevin. I know how you do.
What's up? So where's this evidence that Yarde's some big draw? His last fight, he was in a concert hall, the Royal Albert Concert Hall, with a 5,000-seater concert hall. Kovalev's last fight was in an indoor stadium, a 13,000 or 12,000 seat indoor stadium. I think Kovalev can go to England and outsell Yarde. Yarde isn't not some draw. You're conflating him with Joshua. They're nowhere near the two. Yarde is not a proven draw at all.
If Kovalev can go to England and outsell Yarde, why not just match them together in England?
Why not don't even fight them together? Have Kovalev fight someone like Beater Beef in Russia. That fight will outsell all of them together. That's a way bigger fight. I don't know why Kovalev is fighting this dude, this bum who has no fights.
The WBO mandated it, so they got to fight each other.
Nobody. I think he should be fighting Kovalev. He should be fighting Bivol. That's the fights he should be getting, not this rookie. This dude's earned some big fights, not this rookie. I don't know why they made that fight as a mandatory. Take it easy, guys.
That's that Frank Warren top rank help. Let's go to.
I don't get these guys. You guys say he ain't fight nobody, but
talk to me.
H Money, what's going on, man? Give me some energy, big dog.
Stick to the script, champ.
Yo, what's going on? What's going on, fellas? I just want to salute the Boxing Voice. Really, y'all the #1 podcast. Mike, thank you for everything that you do, bro. You embrace me, bro. So I just want to thank y'all. And Nestor Gibbs, the #1 boxing reporter in the world. We got people calling in, other journalists calling in, trying to build up their name. Y'all need to find something else to do with your time, really, bro. I'm gonna say it. Y'all trying to critique my boy. Y'all got to come with your own topics, bro. Come with some other shit. Really, we can contradict ourselves. Floyd Mayweather, he contradict himself. I can contradict myself. I was rolling with Wilder the other day. Now I'm rolling with a Khan. You know, salute a Khan, bro. We love this boxing shit, bro. But to get on the topic, I see what Mike is saying. Anthony Yarde, he's a big name, so he's the money guy. Kovalev is the champion. I see what both people are saying, bro. So I just want to salute the boxing voice, bro. My bad. Last time I heard somebody call about me too. They trying to talk about me now, bro. So I guess I'm doing something right, bro. We all on the same boat. Hey, Ness, you kind of like Eddie Hearn right now. You the hottest in the game. Everybody talking about you, bro. Just keep doing what you doing. I'm saluting. I'm gonna start listening. I'm gonna start listening more and start talking less, bro. But I'm gonna keep that same energy every time for y'all. Salute, boxing voice for life. You dig?
Man, salute H Money, man. Hey, I like dude, bro. I know he coming in sometimes with some outlandish shit, bro. I fuck with H Money though. Know what I'm saying?
All right, let's get to some boomerangers.
To this day, to this day. Sing along if you know the words. Come on.
Yo, what's going on, peoples?
What's
up?
Listen, yeah, there's a difference between trying to aim to hit the skies and just being delusional. Yeah, Tunde, Yarde's coach and manager, he's just a delusional guy. He talks so much crap. I don't pay attention to him. And he's a Nigerian man like myself, which is a bit of a shame. But listen, yeah, that fight they're definitely not the A side. I don't even think they're going to take the fight. I think they're just using Kovalev as a way to boost up themselves. They're not going to take the fight, you know. So yeah, that's all it is with that, though. There's not much to see on that, folks. That's my call, really.
All right, brother. Well, thank you for calling in. Appreciate the call. We're going out to another boomeranger in the UK.
Nigga, when my name come up, respect it.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Hey, yo, step that on to them, boy. Oh, yeah, talk the boy, go suck out your mama bumbo. I'll give your father a body wash too. Yeah, you want more? Your man go for big night, nobody. Can't come like them when you want man start. Spray.
Hey, yo.
Deej, what up? Deej, what up?
Yeah. So, you know what? I might be right about Yarde having a bigger profile on Sky. I must admit. But for me, you know, you've got to embrace all the British boxing channels if you're going to call yourself a hardcore fan. I feel like there's enough people who just go by watching all the bullshit that Sky give us, whether it's Cheeseman, whether it's Conor Ben, whether it's Katie Taylor. Katie Taylor's kind of decent, actually, rater. But we've just got to support the other formats too. You can be a big star in the other formats. I think Chris Eubank Jr. Has sold multiple pay-per-views without having to go to BT or Sky. So we need to recognize that. We need to support these channels.
Uh-oh, Deej. Deej break dancing right there. Listen, if you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. It helps with the visibility of the show. And, you know, definitely helps us grow.
I agree with what. Go ahead, Mike.
No. I'll go ahead because I was gonna run down some ads and shit, but go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with what you said, Deej, in terms of people should support other channels too and other shows. I myself watch a lot of the BT shows, not just because I come on here to discuss it, but I have interest. I watch Yarde's fights too. But the problem is that people would be more inclined to watch. I'm not saying Eddie Hearn puts on great cards either, but people will be more inclined to watch the likes of Yarde, the likes of Dubois, if they're actually put in. I'm not saying they have to be put in world title shots, but I'm talking about if they're put in competitive fights or just fights that people can think, okay, this is worth my time. This is worth me tuning into. This is worth me buying a ticket for. And with Yarde, obviously, this is a huge step up. This is happening now, and if he takes it, all credit to him. But how he's talking now doesn't encourage people to say, okay, well, do you know what? I'm going to tune into Yard's next fight. I mean, that's if he doesn't take the Kovalev fight. It doesn't encourage people to tune into BT Sport because who's Yard going to fight?
Yeah. I can hear what you're saying, man, but at the same time, I can feel where DJ is coming from. Like, if you guys really gonna support boxing, no matter what channel it's on, if BT and Sky are on the same kind of playing field and you ain't got to pay extra for it, then yeah, you should definitely check out BT and see Billy Joe and Tyson Fury and Americana and Terrence Crawford will be on BT Sports this weekend. So I can feel where DJ is coming from. But real quick, if you want to go one step farther and support the Boxing Voice, head over to ThaBoxingvoice.com/affiliate sponsors and click on the Amazon link. Bookmark that link, save that link, and do all your shopping through that link. It costs you absolutely nothing, but we do get a little kickback by you using that link. Also, we have a Showtime sign up on the exact same page, and you guys can get Showtime free for, I believe, 7 days, or maybe it's a month, and then it's $7.99 a month after that. So a lot of nice original shows. Diesel's and Mero, if you guys watch that, and of course, you got a lot of Showtime Championship boxing. We have the Zone link in the description box where you can get a free month free of the Zone. You check out the Golden Boy cards. Actually, Golden Boy got a card tonight, I believe, on Thursday. Yeah, so check that out. We got the World Boxing Super Series. You got Matchroom. I mean, it's got all kind of shit. Canelo Jacobs, Big Baby, and AJ. So yeah. Also, if you want to get one of those Border War hoodies that Ness had on, you can head over to shop.spreadshirt.com/ThaBoxingVoice. That's shop shop.spreadshirt.com/ThaBoxingVoice and get you one of those Border Wars hoodies or a Border Wars t-shirt. And if you want to join Border Wars, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you was on Patreon yesterday and you were listening, a lot of guys called in about Border Wars. We had Noah from Cali called in and said he won his shot at the title. But you know what I'm saying? It is a process to get a shot at a title. You know what I'm saying? You got to come in and you got to at least beat somebody first. Just can't come in and think you're gonna get a belt all willy-nilly. But if you do sign up and you let us know your level of experience, we will definitely match you right and let you guys experience some Border Wars for yourself. So head over to the patreon.com, sign up to Patreon for as little as $3 a month. You got $3 tier, $5 tier, all kind of tiers, man. So if you really want to support the Boxing Voice, head over to patreon.com.
And shout out to Jem, constantly promoting Border Wars in the chat.
Oh yeah, Jim signed up though. Jim signed up
yesterday, right?
Yeah. Jim ain't
Didn't he get himself a hoodie? He got himself a hoodie. RMV got him a hoodie.
Yeah. I think RMV. He's the one that won the hoodie. RMV is sending it to him.
See, it's all love from Boxing Voice, man. We support each other.
Let me go out to Rock. Talk to me. Rock,
hey, yo, my bad. Yo, y'all can hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, all right. Shout out to the Boxing Voice, man. As a casual fan, I'm probably watching boxing for about 3 years. Slowly transitioning into a hardcore fan, just wanting to get more and more knowledge. I have been following Anthony Yarde, and I like the lore behind Anthony Yarde because he reminds me of a dirty hood dude that comes from like rough backgrounds. I think that's the allure behind him. And Mike, I know you kind of from the southern area, so I think like the allure behind him. Like I like Anthony Yarde a lot too. I don't think he's the A side in the Sergey Kovalev fight, but I do like Anthony Yarde a lot. My question is for Mike. Like, where do you see his ceiling? Like, do you see him being like the next like Andre Ward? Like how high do you think his ceiling is to be backing him so much? That's my call.
Honestly, man, his ceiling is pretty much unknown. I guess we'll see in the Kovalev fight how he handles a guy with that kind of experience, and we can go from there. But in my honest opinion, like what I see, I tend to use my eye test a lot, and sometimes it works out. Most of the time it does. But yeah, I just think he's going to be one of those guys that when it's all said and done, I see him, Buatsi, and Marcus Brown as being those three top guys at 175.
All right, let me get out to Donald in Richmond, California. Donald, before we get
What's
into your
up?
call, champ, we might have that 160-pound fight for you. I don't know if you still want it, and I don't know if you're going to be in the New York City area for AJ Miller, but we'll talk off air.
Actually, it would probably have to be like 147, 154, because like I told you before, I walk around at like 160 something. Once I start to get in shape, I've always end up below 160.
Okay. Well, we'll definitely keep you in mind. You just let me know in the back end, like if you plan on being in the area, you know, to make it all simple.
Okay.
But I'm gonna go ahead and play that back.
All right. So the Anthony Yarde, I'm thinking that they looking at Kovalev as damaged goods, and then they really want to make a start at Anthony Yarde. And if they look at the division, they like, you know, it's kind of like how when Lomachenko came in and he wanted the title shot, and it was like, we're gonna give him the weakest champion. We're gonna put him in there with Salido, and it's like, can you do it? Because even though you think Kovalev is damaged goods, he still got power. He's with Buddy McGirt. He's becoming to be a little bit more of a boxer now. And it's like, do you want to risk it or not? And it's like they're going to throw that guy in there, and they're going to hope that that guy can pull it off. They want to hope that Kovalev is damaged so badly to where someone like Yarde that doesn't have a high amateur experience can get in there and do it. What I'm thinking is that they're hoping that Yarde can, because I don't think that Yarde is ready to go 12 rounds. I'm thinking that the only way Yarde beats Kovalev is he's going to have to go in there and stop him in the first 6 rounds. I think if Kovalev boxes Yarde for the first 6 rounds, I think Yarde probably gasses out and Kovalev probably stops him like 8, 9, round maybe 10. I don't think that Yarde has the experience to go 12. So if Yarde wins, I don't see him winning as a decision. He's going to have to go in there and try to bulldoze Kovalev. Also, another tactic which he should probably use, which I seen Andre Ward say in the interview, is that they said that, you know, Kovalev's the type of guy to where if you get in his head and you piss him off and you make him want to knock you out, when he gets in the fight and he's pissed, he wants to
cut it. I'm gonna tell you how Anthony Yarde beats Kovalev, and it's probably the same way Ward did that second fight. You invest in the body early, and we all know Anthony Yarde got some good counter punches and good body shots. So when you invest in the body early, and you can probably get him out of the late, I think Yarde would stop Kovalev.
Bruh, Travis Reeves was hitting Anthony Yarde. Kovalev hit Anthony Yarde with that right hand. He gonna make him rethink his game plan. We're going out to Deej on the boomerang.
Going on, Deej?
Hey, yo, sorry, I don't know what happened to my phone. But yeah, what's it called? Yeah, what I was saying before about the other channels as well, and this would be a question to Akan. Basically, would you disagree with the statement that ITV have probably been putting on the best boxing over the last 3 months?
I could potentially agree with that. They've put on good boxing.
Do you know what? This is what I'm trying to say as well. Literally, there's lots of great boxing. I'm surprised what Heyman's done over here in such a period of time.
But Deej, you do understand that the issue that I have with I don't have an issue with it, but you know, like how the cards, for example, the American cards, they're shown on the UK channels. I don't believe that we're notified early enough. So I think we're usually told about them fight week. And the issue is that if you're told about something fight week, you now have to kind of like, if you catch it, great. But if not, it's an issue because you'll miss it. We've literally told 7, 6 couple days before the fight. Even when Spence fought Garcia, that was on in the UK. We were literally told fight week that it was going to be shown, or about 8 days before the fight, which in my opinion isn't good enough. But
you're 100% right. I think there should be a Sunday replay as well.
Exactly, I agree.
HD option too. So they're doing brilliantly at the moment as well. So I'm really interested to see what
cut it. Saeed, talk to me. You got a very bad connection, champ. Call back in. Awali, talk to me.
TBV family. Good topic. Good topic. To be honest, everybody, I like Anthony Yarde, and it's a shame because he needed to have done what AJ did, go to different cities, fight all the guys in sort of domestic level, and build that buzz and build that hype. He's already got a nice buzz and a nice hype, but when you look at the list of guys who's refused to fight on a local level and then on a European level, you look at Jose Burton, Frank Buglioni, who's fucking retired, Callum Johnson, and even Joshua Buatsi was a baby just because Frank Warren didn't want him to. And I feel sorry for him because I think that can hinder him. That's going from, imagine being a basketball player and going from, I don't know, school level and then being thrown into the NBA. Obviously, I don't know if he's gifted to that level where he sees Kovalev as a weak link and it can take him out. But imagine he takes him out. Now you're a target. Now you can't practice. Now you can't just have easy matchups. They were already dissing you before for saying you have fucking all these guys from Eastern Europe that we've never heard of. And you don't even want to fight the decent guys in the UK. So I'm intrigued to see, how he's going to fight this top level guy. And I think it's just the easy way out to say, if we don't get him in the Emirates in London, and if we're not the A side, we're not the fucking A side. You're a challenger. You were the A side, idiot. So I think it's just another way of sort of trying to duck out. But I feel sorry for Anthony Yarde, man. He's a lot better than how he's been handled. And I just think he should, if he takes out Kovalev, I think we're in for a treat. But I think he should have gone up the levels properly, man.
Cut it. Ayers, talk to me.
Yo, Ness. Yo, can you hear me?
You and everything else.
Yeah, man. Yeah, to be fair, I wasn't even gonna phone him when I heard my nigga DJ again. He's right, man. See what you got? You got these people called matchroom bitches. Everything that matchroom and Eddie does, it's perfect. Everything's all good. But when it's a Frank Warren fight out, BT Sport, everyone just shits on it. Like the other caller bringing up a Coley. A Coley fucking stinks the place out. What's my man talking about, bro? You know what I'm saying? I'm with Mikey. You, man, are going to be back in Yarde soon when it suits you lot. But you see, for now, trust me, Yarde's real and he's going to fuck up Buatsi as well.
All right,
Remember
but is he the A side?
Nah, to be fair, I'm not with him on that one still. I don't know how he's coming off with that A side. He's got nothing to offer, really. But I still think the fight's bigger here because over there, it's just going to be Kovalev fighting a mandatory. Somewhere selling out hardly anything, where over here it'll be Yarde finally and a big step up fight with a world champion, you know what I'm saying? Where over there it's not really going to pick up that much attention. But
I'm glad you can see my vision.
Side still. But trust me, Mike, you're a real nigga still. These men are going to be back in Yarde when it suits them, when he fucks up certain man. But yo, that's me. You man, hold it down. Enough love, man.
Man, real recognize real, man. Fake ain't in me.
But do you know what the problem is? That I had the problem I had with that call. I wanted him to finish the call because I didn't want to interrupt him. But the problem
he said that he was done. But what you want?
Okay, yeah. The problem that I had with it is that it's easy for you to say no one says necessarily. I know what you mean in terms of someone that mentioned a Coley, but no one is saying that they're not supporting Yarde when this fight happens. But the problem is when this fight was announced, we said, yeah, he's got a step up. Amazing. This is great. We hope he takes the fight. The news that's coming out of his camp right now, it's not positive. It's not. They're essentially putting roadblocks in place saying this fight's only going to happen in the UK and it has to happen on our terms. So our problem is, it's not, we're going to jump on the Yarde bandwagon once he wins or he beats our favorite fighters or whatever that is. Our problem is, do you really want to be champion? Do you really want to be champion? Because if you really want to be champion and you're really about it and you're a bad man and you're lions in the camp, you'll go over to America. You'll go over to America. You'll go on the media. You'll go on a press tour in America. You'll get yourself known in America, the home of boxing. You'll go and beat Kovalev, and then you'll take his belt and you'll come fill out stadiums in the UK. That's what you'll do if you're really and truly a lion. You wouldn't put all these conditions in place.
That's not that was cute. That was cute. That was nice little rant.
God.
That was a nice little rant. That was cute. But to what the caller was saying, you fight Kovalev in America, it's going to be another fight Kovalev defending his mandatory against a guy
just
that nobody knows until he beats him. But over in the UK, like he said, it's going to be like, damn, Yarde is finally stepping the fuck up. He's fucking fighting a Kovalev. He's fighting a guy that had a controversial first loss to Ward. A guy who came back after being knocked out against Alvarez and got his belt back. We would like to go see that fight. I mean, the tickets I'm sure would not be that high. I mean, and you guys want to go see Joshua versus Taki. I mean, you can't tell me that this is not a more competitive fight.
It's definitely a more competitive fight, but Joshua, like we said
Joshua
earlier,
was a fucking superstar.
Yeah,
He's a fucking super duper star. Yeah, he's a super duper star. I'm not saying it, but we seen the British support crazy shit. Bell, you hate.
Right.
I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, come on now, Yarde and Kovalev may sound a little bit better. Oh, okay, could you cut Mike off and let fucking a con go on a fucking rant, but Mike can't go on shit. Okay, I feel you.
Yo, because you just saying the same lovey-dovey shit, man. You just loving y'all for no reason.
Who loving y'all? I disagree with the A side. I disagree with the fucking Mayweather comparison.
Lions in the champ. Lions in the champ, man. The thing is, dude, bro, I'm trying to look at y'all like Javante Davis, like, bro, I mean, I think this Kovalev.
Yo, stop disrespecting Javante a two-time.
Can man get his call off, bro? Damn.
Nah, man, I'm not
gonna give an analogy off.
Javante. I hear you saying this. I'm with you. I'm with you on that, Nick. But it's the thing, like, when he got the belt, it's like he's still in developmental mode, like, you know what I'm saying? And that's how you're gonna lose the fans, like, to a degree, bro. When you get that belt, they want to see you unify and do everything that a champ's supposed to do when you get the belt, bro. Like, we don't want to hear about it. Like, you still developing and shit once you get the belt, dog. And I think that's what y'all gonna do, bro. If he win, he gonna go in developmental mode, like, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna say he needs some more fights to get on that certain level. Then we gonna make the big fight. So that's the only thing with it, like, bro. I think he needs like at least 3 more fights. He ain't even went 12 rounds yet, bro. And then you want him to go in there and go ball to the wall against Kovalev? Just so it don't go to, man, that shit not gonna work out good, man. That's my call, man. Look.
Deontay Wilder didn't go 12 rounds to his championship fight.
But I don't see it, Mike.
Deontay Wilder didn't go 12 rounds to his championship fight.
Yeah, I understand that, bro, but man, Kovalev, bro, that nigga back, dog, and he got power. You know what I'm saying? It's not just no little stuff.
Are we scared to have Yarde have a test? He ain't scared. He ready for it. Why are we holding him back? We should not be holding him back. If he want to fight Kovalev, let him go fight Kovalev. He needs 3 more fights. No, he ready now.
Carlito, what up?
Yo, what's going on, man?
What up?
Listen, firstly, I just wanted to say big up to all you guys. Been listening for a little while. And with Tunde Ajayi, I don't agree with anything he said. There's one thing is I do think that Yarde could do 30 or 40,000 at the Emirates. They're all Arsenal fans. Tunde's an Arsenal fan. Frank Warren's an Arsenal fan. And
Adidas is now the Arsenal sponsor who has a fucking ambassadorship with Anthony Yarde.
So what you saying? They gonna count tickets? You saying they gonna?
I don't know, bro. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just talking shit.
What?
If Anthony Yarde does the right thing, he takes the fight and he advertises it right. Arsenal got a couple of games left before the end of the season, and if anyone in London knows, in England knows, Arsenal fans on Twitter are freaking nuts. Like literally, they take over all Twitter polls. Literally, it is ridiculous. If they do it right, I think he could do 30, 40,000 at the Emirates. That's my call.
I'm an Arsenal fan now.
Overlay.
Big up. Arsenal
but my
soccer.
issue.
T Plum, talk to me. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
T Plums, you're up.
Hello.
Yo,
give me 1 second again. Walking out the door.
T Plums always walking out the damn door.
And work. He listening while working, man. We gotta respect the blue collar man.
Yeah, man. You know I'm an accountant, so
look at that. Not even blue collar. Corporate guy listening to the podcast side. Well, that's what I'm talking about.
But yeah, as much as I usually disagree, today I gotta agree with a con. Anthony Yarde, he challenging, but he like the man in the A side. That's just, I don't get it. But that just showed the type of person he gonna be, you know what I'm saying? When he really, really get big, he gonna be a prima donna, and you know what I'm saying? It's gonna stop a lot of fights. But that's my call.
All right. Check in with the unified WBC champ, Ring Magazine champ, Jose Loco Sands. You haven't pressed 1. I just want to make sure that the champ in his busy life knows he hasn't pressed 1. Is he just listening? You know what I mean? Because if so, we're ready to go. We're up out of here. We got another one done, but we want to come right back, man. If we could keep these, quick report shows, we could do a couple because I'm sure there's some more stuff to talk about out there that we could come up with. But my final thoughts are, listen, man, I never heard anyone else really ask for their mandatory to come to their hometown, especially when they haven't even had true contender level fights. I think Yarde, if he's ready for Kovalev like he and his team feels, they need to jump at this opportunity because they really had no roadblocks to get here. It was smooth sailing there. And that's cool because there's a lot of WBO champions that get the smooth sailing. Oscar Valdez, Gilberto Ramirez. I mean, tons of WBO champions get that easy route. Just try and keep that shit, man. That's all I can say is if you get it, try and keep it. And if you can finagle Kovalev to come to your country, I ain't going to be mad at you. But the fact that you and your team saying you the A side, that just is ridiculous. And that's GTO, Instagram, and Twitter.
Me, okay. Yeah, it's been another good one to discuss. Yarde's next, hopefully his next fight. Let's hope this gets done. I mean, after all that lines in the camp stuff they've been screaming, we hope that it's really lions and, there's no ducks in the camp. So, yeah, let's hope they get it done. Catch you in the next one.
We will be ending on a positive note. Big ups to Anthony Yarde for finally getting a big step up. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully everything works out where we can get this fight. Real quick, we got a super chat from my guy, Deej. Sky is for casual ass UK fans. That's Deej's opinion. But yeah, man, follow me on IG at Gross1911 or on Twitter at Gross2312. And as always, Lions in the camp.
Don't forget, Border Wars sign up is open. We're accepting anybody that wants to sign up. Limited experience, novice, doesn't matter. Never put the gloves on before. Sign up. We'll get you match made. But signups are closing for April 15th. We'll be doing this Border Wars for June, the first day in June or the last day in May to have it around the Anthony Joshua and Big Baby Miller fight. So yeah, head on over to ThaBoxingvoice.com/Border Wars and sign up. And if not, just tune in to Patreon because this is going to be our best one yet, man. We have one of our highest profile fights. We're going to be having a former pro take on a UK, basically a UK pro. What do you guys consider like white collar boxing over there?
There's a caller called in the other day saying there's some league that's like an amateur league in the UK. I'm gonna try to find out who it was.
White collar boxing, that's what it is. I know the guy Mitty. He's gonna be fighting JD. He fights out of white collar boxing. He just won a title in that not long ago. So yeah, that's gonna be the highest level fight CBV Border Wars has ever seen. That's gonna be for Border Wars 5 right here in the tri-state area. Plus, we're gonna have Jose Loco Sands. He made a poll on Patreon. It's a free poll too, I believe, so you can actually vote on it. He's allowing anybody to pick his next fight, a la Mayweather. So head on over to patreon.com/ThaBoxingVoice to make your pick for our unified champion. He wants the public to choose his next fight. And we're still choosing undercard fights. So definitely sign up and stay in touch. You never know when we might need a ref or a judge or a corner man. You never know. But subscribe to the YouTube channel right here at youtube.com/ThaBoxingVoice. Click that notification bell so you get the notifications every time we go live or post a video, as I just posted that Eddie Hearn interview where I'm telling you we're talking pay-per-views, we're talking Dominic Brazil, we're talking about the fact that he feels that DAZN is paying $1 million, or excuse me, 1 million pay-per-view buy equivalent, so they're giving out money as if this fight was going to make $1 million. So let's just take for a second to remember when he spoke to me and he said, no, Mikey Earl's going to do about 400. So I'll give them 8 million because that's about what they'll generate. So he's thinking this is going to generate, 1 million or more is what I'm saying. He's saying 1 million. I think he's being modest as a promoter. He doesn't want to really go outside of that since they're offering flat fees, but very interesting interview. You can check that out at youtube.com/ThaBoxingVoice or at ThaBoxingVoice.com/videos. Plus, Ron is out there actively working every single day, uploading videos nonstop. He was just in the Daniel Jacobs camps. He's got videos with Saddam Ali, Richardson Hitcherson's trainer, Lenny Wilson, Andre Rozier, Richard Comey, people talking about Comey and Lomachenko. I mean, it just endless videos. Head on over to the YouTube page. Check that out. And don't forget, catch us for the next one.